You know, it's more insane, so that's disappointing. When you look at the fact that Jackson Carman showed up as a 56.8 for pass blocking. And the only players worse than him, Chris Evans and Travion Williams. That's an interesting stat. Also interesting is the grades for our preseason week 1 game. Guys, so let's talk about it. Starting offensive line, for the most part, did absolutely amazing. Now you might say, hold up, that's not a starting center. That's because Matt Lee came in week 1 with an 80.1 pass blocking grade. We looked at his game tape at 10 o'clock earlier today. He looked absolutely amazing. He should get all the credit in the world for how amazing he actually played. Devin Cochran also played very well. Teddy K played very well. Keep in mind that, as you can see, Matt Lee played 14 pass blocking snaps. Devin Cochran played 23. Jackson Carman played the most at 35. The fact that they had 35 snaps, pass blocking snaps, which again is the most of all the linemen, for Jackson Carman, who did the worst, that just does a really bad for whoever the quarterback is. Whether it was Jake Browning or whether it was, Logan Woodside. Absolutely travesty. But that's the pass blocking snaps. Now let's look at some other stats. Because I have to admit, I was wrong. And I was. My ups and down videos, I was very critical of Dax Hill. I said he made 2 critical mistakes, and after looking back at it and reading your comments, and listen, at the end of the day, I'm very critical on our guys, I am. But sometimes, that's why I love you guys reading your comments, and you guys comment and give your thoughts and opinions, because it changes my mind. I'm not an analyst I'm not an NFL analyst in general, but usually NFL analysts, what they do is they have a one-track mind, and that's all they go off of, and they don't hear or listen to anyone else's opinion. I change my opinion based on not only what I think, but what you guys tell me. Because we kind of, form an opinion together. And you guys are absolutely amazing for that. So, Dax Hill had a 90.5 coverage grade. And I did give him a red, which I changed to a green, by the way. Because, yes, he did have a fantastic day. Now, looking back at it, I was kind of still stuck in the mind of, the actual game going on. But he actually did have an amazing day. And even the dropped interception he still had 3 pass breakups. And even on that play, he still got, that interception is still absolutely insane. Even though he didn't get it, it is what it is. And yeah, he didn't play perfect, but 90.5 is almost as perfect as you're going to get. The only one better was Josh Newton at a 90.9. Nate Brooks came in at a 77.4. My man Tier came in at 74.4 coverage-wise. So overall, a very good day for pretty much everyone except for DJ Turner. DJ Turner came in at a 55.0 coverage-wise. Not the greatest. Definitely not the greatest. Again, preseason week 1. You guys shake off some of the rust, shake off some of the stuff going on, and you're going to get better. And again, like I said, that's why a lot of times they say week 1, it's kind of like a wrap. Not a wrap, but it's kind of like a wash. You don't really look at week 1, you look at week 2 and week 3 because week 1, players playing for the first time ever. Some players are. Other players, it's their first time playing in a very long time, so they're kind of rusty. It's always that kind of principles, but for the most part, Shaka Haywood played great in coverage. We had, what's his name? Anthony had a 66.3 in coverage. So now let's look at our next one, which is pass rushing. Our best pass rusher was Myles Murphy. And he played good. He didn't put up record-setting numbers. He didn't put up insane numbers. But if you watch him play in, play out, he looked very good getting around the offensive lineman. And I understand it was second and third string guys. Right now, though, Myles Murphy is a second and third string guy. So looked very good. Shaka Haywood looked very good. Ended up having the sack in the end there. Cedric, excuse me, I don't know why I keep coughing. Cedric Johnson had a sack too. Had a very good game as well. Just all around very happy with the production we saw out of our guys in this last game. Now for the run defense, the mutant didn't come in very high on his stats. I mean, on his grades. He actually was the worst considered. He only had 9 run defense snaps. So, but even in the 9 he had, I mean, it's very, very, he has 26.9. So the mutant kind of disappointing for that reason, but hey, listen, it is what it is at the end of the day. What's the little star icon mean? For starters, sort by this category to get left to right positional sort. Okay, gotcha. But yeah, no, overall wise, this just means they're a starter. The little star. But overall wise, you know, again, another really good performance by our man right here. I'm going to have to learn how to say your name because he's probably going to make the 53-man roster. Cedric Johnson, really good in run support. Joseph Asai, we had overall, I feel like a really bad run support day, but certain players did play very well. Punting, which is going to come down now to Ryan and Brad. 64.1 is 62.8, so Ryan did go ahead and edge out Brad just a tad bit. What else we got here? Before we look at offense, let's look at, or I guess more like receivers, quarterbacks wise. Let's look at run blocking, because we didn't run the ball much. We ran the ball 13 times. Cordell Volson actually led the team in run blocking grades, and then it was Jackson Carman, so... Jackson Carman. I mean, listen, again, we trash on Jackson Carman, but I think it's because he's not put in the right position. Like, I think, how many times can we say this? If you put Jackson Carman at left tackle, Jackson Carman doesn't look bad, okay? He's not great, he's not amazing, but he's an average left tackle. He's startable. This is how crazy it is. Jackson Carman at left tackle can start in this league. He can be a starting left tackle. Jackson Carman at right tackle, you don't want him anywhere near the field. He is the worst, one of the worst right tackles in football. But as a startable left tackle, he is a capable left tackle. It's such a weird thing to say because usually the left tackle position is harder to play than the right tackle position. But the fact of the facts is, at left tackle, Jackson Carman is not a bad option. It's weird to say that because you would not think of it like that, but it is. All right, offense. T led the team because he had hit that first drive, which was absolutely amazing. Cordell Volson, again, had a really good day, which you love to see, especially preseason. I know you're going against second, third string guys, but we need to see a really revamped Cordell Volson. Jermaine Burton, Yoshi, Elijah Collins, Tanner McLaughlin. I mean, again, like I said, a lot of good stuff. Now, let me see this real fast. I want to see quarterback. Do they do quarterback? They do, but they don't do it as, like, detailed there. So let's look at quarterbacks. All right, so Jake Browning, passing direction. Between the numbers, he was 0 for 1. So this is within, so this is the line of scrimmage. So this is within 10 yards of the line of scrimmage. This is 20 plus yards. So this is 10 plus yards, 20 plus yards. So within 10 plus yards of the line of scrimmage, he was 0 for 1, 0 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. He was, so overall wise, he could not throw the ball 10 yards past the line of scrimmage. Actually, wait, hold up. No, I'm an idiot. This is the line of scrimmage. Okay, sorry. This is the first down. Yellow marker, first down. So this is the line of scrimmage. So within 10 yards of the line of scrimmage, he was 5 for 6 and 30 yards in the middle. 2 for 2, 13 yards to the left. 2 for 2, 9 yards to the right. Behind the line of scrimmage, he was 1 for 1, literally 0 yards. Okay, so I think that's when he threw to Chase Brown out of the backfield, and Chase couldn't get a yard. So that was that one reception. And then anything past 10 yards for the whole entire night, he was a 0. he could not complete a pass past 10 yards. So up to 10 yards, he was okay. After 10 yards, he was an absolute wash. Which, you compare that to Logan Woodside, who 12 yards, actually, to the left-hand side, which obviously one of them being Jermaine Burton touchdown, he was 2 for 3, 75 yards, 20-plus yards to the left-hand side. 1 for 1, 12 yards, 10-plus yards in the middle. And then going down to within 10 yards, he was a total of, what is this, 3 for 5? Yeah, 3 for 5 across the middle. And then behind the line of scrimmage, he did eat some as well. And then Joe Burrow, surprisingly enough, only 23, past like 10 yards, 1 reception for 23 yards. Everything Joe threw was kind of like, yeah, underneath or within 10 yards of the line of scrimmage. So, overall wise, again, like I said, great day. Things we got to work on when it comes to the upcoming joint practice versus the Bears, but we will. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next one.